The Chase Sapphire Preferred is still one of the better, or if not the best, beginner travel credit card that anyone can get. This card can change your travel game, but you're gonna have to do a few things in order for that to happen. Throughout this video, I'll be sharing with you exactly what you have to do to get the maximum value from your Sapphire Preferred, and to make sure that you keep making this the best beginner travel credit card that you own. In fact, I have multiple examples throughout this video showing you how you can redeem your Chase points from the Chase Sapphire Preferred to get a ton of value, whether it's for a hotel or even a flight. This card has a $95 annual fee, which is on the lower side, but I want you to somehow get positive value from it every year. And let's start off with the hotel credit that comes with this card, because this will probably be the most straightforward way to start chipping away at that annual fee. Every account anniversary year, you'll receive $50 in statement credit after you book a hotel stay through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal. So if you're able to easily use this credit once a year, you'll be able to cut down the annual fee by a little over half the amount. However, there are a few complaints, or I guess issues, when it comes to booking a hotel or even flights sometimes through an online travel portal like this one, like the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal. The first issue is that pretty much 99% of the time, you will not get elite night status or credit towards status or even elite status benefits for that hotel stay when you book through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal. Pretty much all the time, these hotels want you to book directly with them in order to receive those benefits, those credits, those points, those nights, etc. But if you're someone that doesn't care about that kind of stuff, then another problem emerges. Online travel agencies like the Chase Travel Portal may be priced higher than if you were to have booked it directly with a hotel or with another online travel agency. Personally, I haven't had any experience booking through the Chase Travel Portal. I've only really booked through the Amex portal. And yes, when I did book those, the prices were slightly higher for that specific booking that I was looking at. However, for this video, let's go ahead and take a look at some examples and see if the Chase Travel Portal is more expensive than other alternatives that you could find. Of course, this is going to vary from person to person and from trip to trip. So this isn't going to be a representation of every Chase Travel Portal experience. But with that said, let's take a look at a couple examples anyway. Let's start with a simple domestic trip to New York City on some, random weekend in April and take a look at prices that we see there. We're going to jump straight into it with an up-and-coming brand called Marriott, more specifically the Westin on Times Square. Through the Chase portal, you could see a nightly rate of $355. And if we jump over to Marriott's website for the same exact room, it is $367 per night. But okay, that's the nightly rate. We want to also compare the differences of the totals, including the taxes and fees. You know, the actual amount that you would pay if you made these reservations. Well, the actual total in booking through Chase would be around $821, and the actual total when booking with Marriott would be around $850. So you'd be getting around a 3% discount booking through Chase versus booking through Marriott in this case. It's a small difference, but a difference nonetheless, and Chase is actually cheaper in this example. Let's keep looking at a few more hotels for the same trip to see if Chase really could be a viable option here and be cheaper. What about the Hilton Conrad New York Midtown? Through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal, your total for the cheapest non-refundable room would be $1,313. And on Hilton's website right now, that same non-refundable room is going to go for $1,371. Once again, that's kind of a small difference of just 4% between the two different websites. For those of you with a keen eye, you may have noticed that the refundable nightly room rate on the Chase website is slightly lower than the non-refundable rate, but the total for the refundable rate comes out to $1,368, which again is technically cheaper to buy a refundable rate through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal than it is to buy a non-refundable rate through Hilton. I mean, so far this very small sample size, Chase seems to be cheaper in both cases. But let's go ahead and take a look at just one more example to see where Chase stands for an international hotel stay this time. I don't know where your guys' favorite international destination is, so feel free to let me know down below. But personally, I love going to Japan, so let's go ahead and look at hotels out there. This time we're gonna stay for a week, and let's take a look at the price differences there. Let's stay at a Hyatt this time. Specifically, the Hyatt Regency Tokyo with Chase, you have a nightly rate of $269, and the total for a 7-night stay would be $2,279. And looking to book directly with Hyatt, we have a nightly rate for the exact same dates of $215 per night for a total of $1,837. In this scenario, it will be 20% cheaper to book with Hyatt than to book with Chase. Interesting results. Okay, now I'm curious, so let's just look at one more example in Tokyo, Japan, this time the Hilton Tokyo, which, by the way, I've stayed there before and it's actually a really nice hotel. I would stay there again, and if you have executive lounge access, there is an executive lounge at this hotel at the top floor, and it's really nice. The total price for this stay through Chase would be $2,081, and if you were to book it directly with Hilton, it would be 294,000 yen, which right now would end up being around $1,978. Here you would get a 5% discount booking with Hilton directly, as opposed to booking with Chase. Okay, so what do these results tell us? Well, not much, because it looks like it still depends on where you're going, how long you're staying, what time of year it is, how many people you're traveling with, and so many other factors. So it's not conclusive for me to say that Chase is always going to be more expensive or even more cheaper than booking directly. However, what I can say is that if you really prefer having your elite loyalty status benefits with a certain hotel, or you're working on getting those elite loyalty statuses, then you pretty much have no choice but to book directly with the hotel itself. If you do care about those statuses and elite night benefits or elite benefits, my advice here is to maybe use that $50 hotel credit at an independent hotel chain where there is no loyalty program. At least that way you won't feel like you're missing out on anything. Okay, another thing that you should be doing with your Chase Sapphire Preferred credit card is to utilize those partner benefits, especially now in 2024 when a lot of these partner benefits are set to expire. Of course, Chase could renew their partnerships or add new ones, but as of right now, a lot of these are going to expire this year. Starting with probably the least impressive partner benefits of the Chase Sapphire Preferred is that you'll earn 5x points on Peloton equipment and accessory purchases over $150 until March 31st, 2025. Chase states that you can earn $75 when you purchase a Peloton bike and redeem it for cash, but I'm not sure how often any of you are actually doing that. I guess if you happen to be in the market for a new Peloton, then this is your card to use and you'll almost instantly get your annual fee back off of just one purchase. Or maybe you're not a bike person and you're a car person. Well, good thing you earned 5x points on Lyft rides through March 31st, 2025. Again, this is another soft partner benefit, I would say, where you're not getting a credit back that will go towards the annual fee, but you're getting higher reward multipliers instead. As for some of the real credits on this card, you'll receive up to $15 in statement credits for Instacart purchases each quarter through July 2024. If you're able to maximize the 2 quarters available for these benefits, you'll receive $30 of value there. And you could also pair this with the 6 months of complimentary Instacart Plus membership that also comes with the Chase Sapphire Preferred when you activate it by July 31st, 2024. Another food-related benefit is going to be a complimentary access to Dash Pass subscription where you activate before December 31st, 2024. And the last partner benefit is that you'll receive a complimentary 4th night free at Ennismore Hotel properties. This one is actually pretty cool because there's a small collection of these Ennismore properties around the world, and you get pretty good benefits, especially for a beginner travel credit card. Granted, these hotel properties are kind of on the upper echelon side of the spectrum, but listen to the benefits that you get with this credit card. Book 4 nights in a row and get the 4th night free, late checkout when available, complimentary welcome beverages in the room upon arrival, $30 in hotel credit per room towards eligible food and beverage charges, complimentary 1-level room upgrade when available, priority access to cabana reservations and beach chairs, daily continental breakfast for 2 people per room, a special VIP gift to enhance your stay, and free Wi-Fi. This is kind of like the benefits you get with the Amex Platinum card for fine hotels and resorts or hotel collection stays, except you're getting access to stuff like this on a $95 annual fee credit card as opposed to a $700 annual fee credit card. Maybe you're not someone who would take advantage of this, but for those of you who are, This is kind of a big benefit to take advantage, especially on a beginner travel credit card like the Sapphire Preferred. Before jumping into the final feature you should capitalize on with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, let's quickly touch on some other smaller benefits worth leveraging with this card. First is that every account anniversary, you'll receive bonus points equal to 10% of your total purchases made the previous year. For example, you'll receive 300 extra points if you spend $3,000 on this card in a year, or 3,000 points if you spent $30,000 on this card every year, and so on. What this means is that each reward multiplier on the Chase Sapphire Preferred is actually increased by 0.1. For example, instead of earning 2x points on travel purchases, you're actually earning 2.1x back on travel purchases. Or instead of earning 3x on dining, you're actually earning 3.1x on dining. And this goes for all the reward multipliers on the Chase Sapphire Preferred because it's tied to your total purchases made on this credit card, not your spending category. So if you spent only $1,000 on dining in a year, you'd get 3,000 Chase points from the 3x multiplier, right? However, with the 10% buff on your purchases, you would get 10% extra points, which is 100 points, for a total of 3,100 points at the end of the year. Therefore, that's how you're technically earning 3.1x on your dining purchases versus just 3x. This of course applies to all the other multipliers as I mentioned earlier. Another nice handful of benefits to utilize on the Sapphire Preferred are the travel and purchase coverages. You get trip cancellation / interruption insurance, baggage delay insurance, trip delay reimbursement, purchase and extended warranty protection, and last but not least, primary car rental coverage, which by the way are all amazing things to have on a travel credit card. Dare I say essential to have on a travel credit card, especially if you prefer to be safer than sorry. Don't forget, you also get 1.25 cents per point worth of value from your Chase points when you redeem them through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal. I think this is kind of an underrated benefit because sometimes you don't want to deal with the hassle of finding travel transfer partners to exchange your points, and you just want a simple, fast, easy way to book a hotel, a flight, cruise, etc. And you still get a decent amount of value from your points with this way. The standard cent per point value you should be aiming for pretty much all your credit card points is 1 cent per point. So to receive 1.25 or 1.25 cents per point with a really easy to use method is nice to have. This then brings us to probably the best way to make your Chase Sapphire Preferred card worth it, and it is to transfer your points to a travel transfer partner. This credit card is one of 3 different Chase cards that will give you the ability to transfer your points from Chase to one of their travel transfer partners. All 3 of these cards do have an annual fee, but the Chase Sapphire Preferred is tied for the lowest annual fee amongst all 3 of them. I believe if you get one solid redemption every year, you could easily cover the $95 annual fee. I'm going to go over some examples right now of both the 1.25 cent per point value redemption and also a travel transfer partner redemption to show you how you could use your points to get positive value every year on this Chase credit card. Okay, so at a 1.25 cent per point value redemption rate, how many points do you need to redeem each year in order to receive $95 in value? That's $95 divided by the cents per point value of 1.25 or $0.0125, which comes out to 7,600 points. So each year, if you redeem your points through the Chase travel portal at the rate of 1.25 cents per point, you'll break even on your annual fee. And that's without spending or using any of the other benefits or credits that I've talked about throughout this whole entire video. And 7,600 points isn't a lot of points on the grand scheme of things either. Right now, the sign-up bonus on a Chase Sapphire Preferred card is 60,000 points, which is on the lower end. And that alone will cover up to around almost 8 years worth of annual fees if you redeem all of your points for travel through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal. Or that's $3,800 of only travel spend in a year, or $2,500 of dining spend in a year. But let me show you one quick example of using your points by transferring them to a travel partner and earning more than 1.25 cents per point worth of value. Here's a quick example of a one-way flight in economy from Los Angeles to Las Vegas on April 6th. In cash, this flight would be $219 or in United miles, this would be 5,600 miles and $5.60 in fees. Then to find the cents per point value, we take the cash price, 219, minus the cash we pay in fees when we use points for this redemption, which is $5.60. Divide that by the amount of points we would use, which is 5,600. This gives us a cent per point value of 3.8 cents per point. So in this example, you're getting more than twice the value in points from this credit card compared to the annual fee. Look, I understand that the flight itself from Los Angeles to Las Vegas is short and it is in economy, but I want to show you guys that you don't need to fly first class to take advantage of your Chase points. I want to help you unlock travel for free or travel for less. And this is how you do it. Sure, you could save up and spend a bunch of points on a nice first class flights or vacation, but look, you can see here that this is a simple domestic one-way flight and it could still give you lots of value. I don't want you to feel pressured to have to fly first class or international or any of that. Fly how you want to and points will take you there. And if you can find a great redemption like this United Airlines redemption at least once a year, then the Chase Sapphire Preferred card literally pays you in a way to hold on to it every year. This is why the Chase Sapphire Preferred card is still one of the best beginner travel credit cards out there, and as long as you know how to use it correctly and use it towards your advantage. But despite this, I actually might change out the Sapphire Preferred for another Chase credit card instead, and you can find out which card I'm going to choose along with the other cards I plan on getting this year in this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Shoot.